안녕하세요, 엉클준입니다. 이번 시간 엉클준과 함께 플레이해볼 게임은 Love Thyself. It's impossible to this society. My story from that of Horatio, the first of our name. The first beings to travel widely between the stars were unknown as the endless. We know of no earlier form of intelligent life that moved between galaxies. Their history is glorious, but above all tragic. Though they unlocked the secret of time-space, the stars and life itself, they were unable to master their own internal conflicts. What remains now of the endless are strange, disjointed traces in the forms of seed, of observatories, of experiments, of cities and worlds, and perhaps, though not all of this is clear or verifiable, in the forms of other peoples. May star-faring civilizations have since risen to the fore. Some have fallen as well. Events in recent history have led to an explosion in the number of players on the galactic scene. One of these, undoubtedly a major one, is Horatio. Once upon a time, Horatio was just a man, a simple trillionaire. One night, a vision came to him in the shape of a dream. It was the vision of an empire and eternal life. He left everything behind, venturing through the stars. Over the ages, he discovered many of the mysteries left by the endless, and his knowledge and power grew. 여러분 지금 쿨쭉과 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. He created his first sons and willed his empire into existence, a beacon of all that is brilliant and beautiful. Now, the empire of Horatio flourishes, and Horatio himself is immortal, with a power to rival that of the endless themselves. Some say that they were living gods. They are dead now, though while we thrive through our brother or God Horatio. Stay in the dream a bit longer. Go toward the right. I think I hear someone. All the clones in this batch are to be decanted today. I know this is earlier than the original schedule planned for, but the schedule didn't plan for 2 patrol cars in the heartland of the Empire to go missing within a month. Just follow me, read in, the procedure will be fine. If you do well today, you might be promoted to junior lab technician earlier than expected. This would be amazing, sir. Don't interrupt. Most of the process is automated, but contrary to some of the clone hatching sequences you've seen in class, the final steps are still done by hand. There are procedures for which a computer cannot be trusted, and you have to rely on steady Horatio judgment. Back to our specimens. You will handle clone birth through air. I will do the other work. Pick one and get to work. Can't you hear me? One moment I'm asleep, and the next I'm alive. My eyes struggle to adjust to the brightness of the room. It slowly comes into focus. There is a man in a white and blue uniform bent over me, with a bold, elongated head and a look of concern on his face. Hello? Oh, you're awake? Great. I have a couple of questions for you. He shoves some hollow pad is holding my face. It's my bright and recoils slightly, groaning something. He starts flipping through the pages when the other boys call out. Come over, please. I need your help. A man looks for a place to put down the hollow pad. Then realizes his outfit doesn't have a patch big enough to accommodate it. Targus F07, I am talking to you. Get moving. Yes, sir. Come in. He looks down at me and ends up putting the tablet down next to me. I'll be back. He trots away and out of sight. I struggle to prop myself up on one elbow so I can keep watching him. He stops at a platform some distance away, on which lies a naked man. Another uniformed man is standing nearby, looking at a side panel next to the platform. All three of them look exactly like brothers. How can I help you, sir? The uniformed man points at the naked form in front of him. This clone is faulty. The lights are on, but it seems nobody's home. I try to make sense of all this. These people are clones of one another. What do you mean, sir? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? He can hear us, but he can't respond. Something must have gone wrong during the process. On the other side, he is fine, but this motor or educational imprinting is flawed. The result is this useless Hulk. What good is it being beautiful if you can't make everyone proud? The cloning bats are near perfect, but every once in a while, some other parts of the pipeline produce a disgusting abnormality. Let's take care of him and chalk him up as a total loss. What do you need me to do? Simple. Take this leg. The man called it Targus F07 grabs the unmoving clone by the ankles and looks at the other clone. A rattle has passed his hands under the clone's arms and pulls him off the platform with a grunt. 여러분 지금 앙클존과 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. We will put the body in the recycling chute. This way we get the nutrients back. think of it as this way of contributing. Both of them tug and pull haphazardly, and before long they fainting. We can afford to show weakness at this time, wherever everything and everyone is perfect and beautiful in the Horatio Empire. It's kindness we were doing to him when you think about it. I watch as they come near and realize that there are about a dozen other men on the platforms. All of them are in various stages of lying down or sitting up, looking at the grotesque scene with mild interest. Every single one of them is a carbon copy of the trio in front of us. I catch my reflection in a surface, and suddenly I realize I too am one of them, a clone of them, a Horatio. It's good thing we caught this now, so we can fix it before the ceremony. Our records need to be perfect. Otherwise, we will end up in a backwater station, decanting only he knows what. This is a small blessing, really. For you and me, I mean, for him, not so much. The trio passes in front of me, and for a moment, my eyes lock into those of the faulty clone. Far from being dead inside, I can see fear radiating from him. He knows he's going to be killed off because he's imperfect. I sit up and try to figure out what these tests are about. I don't want to follow this guy in the recycling chute. Every time I think about what a memory test entails, I come up with a blank. I think that's the issue right there. My body is functional. I can understand what people are saying and think, but there is nothing of the memory implants they mentioned. I am a blank slate. Prop him up while I open the chute. I gotta do something about this. I turn around to look at the clone next to me, who is gazing about with an air of study detachment. Our eyes lock, and this expression shifts to a scowl. I haven't done anything to deserve it, although I've been fidgeting on my platform. What are you looking at, substrate? I rummage for a good comeback. All of these guys seem to hold perfection in very high regard. I know what will shut him right up. You're ugly. I'm just wondering whose clone you are. Surely you can't be one of us. 여러분 지금 쿨주가 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. Love Thyself played by Uncle Jun Game TV. 구독과 좋아요 부탁해요. Subscribe, like, please. 부탁해요. I'm just wondering whose clone you are. Surely you can't be one of us. It takes him a moment, but eventually he gets it. He listens and mutters under his breath. It definitely. I realized we seem to be easily provoked, and causing a scene might just be my way out. I pull my legs off the platform to do just that when I catch something about to fall off. Is the holopad Targus F07 has left by my side. Maybe there is something information in there that helped me cheat my way through the test inside. What should I do? Provoke a fight as distraction. Look for information to cheat on the test. No time to investigate. I put the holopad down on the platform, hop up and threw myself and my neighbor screaming. What did you just say to me? He's taken aback by my sudden outburst, and I land a beautiful first slap that almost throws him off the platform. I try to shove him onto the ground. He grabs me by his head, which is surprisingly effective, and we both fall to the floor with a crash. We start sweeping at each other with our eyes closed, grimacing and trying to protect our face from the blows. The other clones are coming around us and are chanting, "Fight, fight, fight." Others are saying things like, "Punch his ugly face," and "Show him who's got the best genes." We are not hurting each other much, but it gets tiring quickly. Thankfully, the lab technician arrive and separate us. We're both panting and sweaty, which is unpleasant to me, but seems to be absolutely awful for the other guys. I win this round. That's enough, you two. We're going to mess up your pretty faces. Who'll even look at you after that, huh? What were you even fighting for? This is do or die. My opponent looks defi- defiantly around and spit out. He was looking funny at one of his betters. I told him to back off. He called me a substrate. I clearly have the best guest. Better guest. The best guest. The rep technician in charge looked at Trigger's F07 and sort this idiot out. I'm going to let indoctrination know we've got a PhD. He leaves the room. Turgus F07 sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose. Ugh, okay. Everyone lines up against that wall. We'll do a quick assessment and you'll be on your way. You two idiots sit in the idiot corner over here until we are done. You're clearly functioning, and you seem to have the exact amount of jealousy that you need. You should probably be tested for stupidity down the line. I'm sure you'll make a great first impression in indoctrination. My opponent seems annoyed. I'm doing my best to mimic his expression, but I'm secretly relieved we passed the test. I sit in silence, my blood pumping in my ears, waiting until the testing is done, and we're called away. Sometime later, the assistant comes back. Thank you for waiting. I'm gonna ask you to please head to Worldview in the next room over where you will find your station uniform. Anyone will do. They are all the same size, obviously. After that, you'll be directed toward indoctrination. This will be followed by dinner orientation, and you'll be shown to your quarters. Now this way, please. The door to the next room opens, and we step inside. I try to put a few people between me and my neighbor from the lab. 여러분 지금 엉클조가 함께 Love, Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. There's a few tables at the far end of the room. Uniforms are neatly stacked and folded next to one another. We'll look at one another uneasily until someone steps forward and grabs a uniform, look at it warily, and puts it on. We follow suit. It's some sort of green jumpsuit with two deep pockets. I close it with a simple zipper in the front. The uniform is a pretty snug fit, and the fabric seems sturdy yet uncomfortable. I notice there are a pair of light puts under the table. So I take a fair. They're a bit tight. I put my hands in my pockets and look around me, waiting for what's next. The wait doesn't last. After a minute, another door opens. The assistant from before is holding his holopad and appears inside. Okay, well, normally there is somebody else to show you the way to indoctrination. We're a bit short-staffed at the moment, apparently. There is a grumble from my neighbors at this lack of decorum. I've light up a pass on the hollow screen. It will guide you there. Just proceed down that hallway to the concourse and follow instructions. Sorry about that. I shuffled out of the room and hesitantly walked down the hallway, hoping that I won't get lost. The others are following me, although at a distance. No one seeming to want to take initiative. They seem to be familiar with our surroundings, but not with the layout of the station. At least none of us has to pretend. I think no one wants to be the one going down the wrong way and making a mistake in front of the others. I've seen Crossroad twice and stuck to the path indicated by an arrow on the wall screen. So far, so good. I keep walking. The others follow. Eventually, I hear a murmur in the distance, which grows to a distinct noise as I draw nearer. I see some bright light in the distance and a much more colorful environment. I step out into a plaza, a cathedral of green and gold. There are columns and grass everywhere, with manicured trees and shrubs in every corner, and overhead an immense glass canopy. This must be the concourse. There are lots of other people here, all wearing the same jumpsuits as we are. Probably fresh new clothes, just like us. Even my jaded brethren around me are all murmuring among themselves in tones of wonder and amazement, as if talking out loud might make the wonders fade away. This way, please. The voice cut through the noise effortlessly, and in a moment, the conversations go quiet. A Horatio has appeared on an immense hollow screen. inviting us to move along. There are more hollow projections in the hallways leading to what was it? Indoctrination? That sounds unpleasant. 여러분 지금 엉클 조과 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. Love Thyself played by 엉클 준 게임 TV 구독과 좋아요 부탁해요. Subscribe, like, please. 부탁해요. Nonetheless, I follow the crowd. We meander through the corridors for a couple of minutes before we reach our destination. This a huge room covered in rich material from the deep carpeting in the middle of the room to the paneled wall. There are long rows of wide, comfortable-looking seats, all facing a wall covered with an immense hollow screen. Row columns form arcades and run along the walls of the room. It's beautiful. Horatio in a red suit is standing with arms crossed on a low podium in front of the hollow screen. He has a look of studied annoyance on his face. Once all of us are inside the room, he speaks up. May I have your attention, please? The crowd falls silent. His voice carries across the room, and even from somewhere near the entrance, I can easily hear him. Please take a seat. Go all the way through the row. Don't just hog the center seats. You hear me just fine from the side as well. There's a bit of a rush forward from the new clones to do exactly the opposite of that. Soon enough, a cluster of Horatio are sitting in the prime seats and preventing the rest of the file from moving along. Oh, for his sake, go around the audience and find a seat from the other side, and occupy the back and side seats if necessary. I position myself carefully in a spot at the back. I'd rather watch what's happening and do my best to blend in. The Horatio in the red outfit seems about to continue when another moves in from the shadowy arcades to the side of the room and climbs the steps to the podium. His feet echo softly on the green marble tiling. The red Horatio closes his mouth and deflates a bit. The other one is moving pretty slowly, and from the envious looks of my co-sister neighbors, I can only imagine that is on purpose. He dismisses Red with a casual gesture of the hand and a smile. Red Horatio leaves the stand. With a grin, the second Horatio turns to us, his cape followed in an emphatic demonstration that he is here and demands our attention. 여러분은 지금 엉클주가 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. When he speaks, his inflections are slightly different. I surmise that he probably spent a lot of times speaking in public. Thank you, second late master sergeant Exrus B12. That'll be all. To each and every welcome to Kappa Station, finest cluster. Your memory imprints do not cover the last couple of decades. Since the last backup was distributed among colony facilities in this quadrant. Therefore, a lot of information you know and the things you know may be outdated. This is a crash course in what has happened while you are sleeping. Let's start with the most important things, etiquette with regards to my person. You may address me as Sir the rank esteemed Grand Headmaster Rajshai Eternus P02. And setting that only comprise initiate level and above station personnel. You may call me simply Grand Headmaster or Master Aternus P02. In public, you will always address me as your likeness, provided that the honorifics have been properly given and received. In a small setting, you may subsequently call me Sir. He paused for a second. Now that this is covered, let us move on the secondary topics. but your own identity. It's with a great pleasure that I deem you all initiates. More specifically, your full name will be first level initiate regress. Since this is your possibility of origin, and then your chosen name among with you decanting birth and batching number. You are batching 21 of this administration. There is a holopad on your desk. You may use it now to approve your suggested name or pick another. I look at the holopad resting atop the desk. The screen reads first level initiate regress place hold us at 21. Is that do I really want to be called by that name? I guess place holds F21 is my name now. I'm sure I can find something better. I'll let my mind for an idea. Could I randomly type in letters? Wait, no. I'll be stuck with that. Better find something discreet, so I brand it. I press the delete button. The word enter your name appear instead. Enter your name. Uncle June. The screen flashes green for a second after I hit the submit key. Okay, my name is first level initiate Progress Uncle June F21 now. Hope it brings me luck. The Horatio on stage must have some way of checking our progress, because after a moment he continues, as initiates you need that address category X personnel or unsightly species you may encounter directly. You may find the closest underlying to do that for you. Beware that there are many new species that have been added to his glorious empire. Genealogies aside, there might be some more aliens around the station. Do not be alarmed. They should all be tame. Generally, the rough and unwashed meshes are kept away from their betters, but several giant species are permanent residents aboard Kappa Station. It's entirely possible that you will come across some of their representatives over the course of the next few weeks. Should you need to communicate with them, they are familiar with our speech and will attempt to replicate it to the best of their ability. Most of the new species we have encountered have proven to be just as disappointing. He smirks, he flicks his wrist and pulls his belt buckle free. With a wave, the buckles light up, revealing a small hollow pad. Fancy. Now for a brief overview of what has happened to the last decades. Relationships with the so-called Brazilian United Empire remain very cold. Representatives for their young leader, a male human called Jalevas, have refused facilities under auspicious leadership of Horatio himself. Similarly, they have repelled violently several attempts at claiming outer foreigners for our empire. Proceed with caution. Relationship with the robotic insectoid hive known as the Carevers are still around. They have written the last dozen envoys as well as the ship they come on. The colony of Hekar was deemed lost after we had to vitrify the space in the year 10191 after him. Their strengths would make a great addition to the empire. But at this time, we are not pursuing efforts any further. Similarly, we are currently not speaking terms with the Sovereign Republic. The diminutive know-it-alls have recently jumped the gun and seized the system of English, and wait, this happened centuries ago. He flicks through several screens on his hollow screen in rapid succession. All this information is completely out of date. Who messes with the geopolitics database? I'm surrounded by complete idiots. I swear, never mind this. He turns off the hollow screen slightly, then continues. I guess I'll be doing this from memory. I might be a bit pitch, something that your own memories will definitely encounter once you start living in your body for a while. Something to do with having millennia of memories of him. Moving on, you might be wondering why so many of you are being decanted at this time, and for what purpose. This station is home to Horatio Academy, where the best and brightest of his siblings come from all across the empire for future. The best of these, in turn, get shot at joining the other academy, led by a Bodiani male called Ishander. The Bodiani life-sucking girl who lives gigantic space ark and preyed on the defenseless. Except this isn't Apollo who fed them and founded the academy, a place that has grown into immense power. They have knowledge and the mastery of dust. Your purpose, if you end up among the chosen few, is to go there and acquire some of this knowledge and power, and bringing it back for the glory of his empire. Finally, the way so many of you at once. When two of our explanation vessels disappeared recently, they contain the brightest mind of this generation. Our best shot at getting the knowledge we're seeking. They are gone now, and just a few very short weeks before Horatio Prime himself is due to review our academy cadets. Horatio Prime himself is coming to Kappa Station, and we have two cadets. The swing this would bring to me and to the whole station would be unbearable. Anyway, you have got about 3 weeks to become these cadets. There will be extensive training. There will be classes. There will be etiquette course and the lessons of the latest courtly dances. There will be no failure or else. Now, if you have questions, keep them for your instructor tomorrow. Time for you to get sustenance and retire too. He turns away to walks out the same way he came, under the arcades and out of sight. This Eternus P. Gelatin, guys, is something else. Horacek S. Guess that's how people are around here. He has a certain allure. If I understand him correctly, I have 3 weeks to not only pass for a normal Horatio, but to become an outstanding specimen worth of sending on to steal secrets from powerful alien entity. Gotcha. People have already started getting up when the other one comes back. Master Sergeant, something, I believe. Attention, please. You are now going to be provide. Follow me the mess hall. Without waiting, he turns around, walks down the podium, and up into the direction opposite the one we came. My brethren and I quickly follow. Finally, we get there. Compared to the concourse and the room we were just in, this is a rather drab place. Somehow, halfway between a spaceport and a hospital. It doesn't look like a place to enjoy dinners as much as a place to eat, a place to feed oneself. Some of my, I guess, classmates are already in line, and a few have already sat down to eat something I can't quite identify yet. I have decided to say classmates since I can't settle on whether we should be feeling any kinship toward one another. It does feel strange to hear brethren every other sentence, and I guess calling us cadets might be getting ahead of myself yet. The headmaster's speech didn't really help normalize the situation really. Someone bumps into me, and I realize I'm holding up the crowd. I get in line. I grab a tray and slide it on the rail. There are some old kitchen utensils available, but I'm not sure what purpose they serve. So I compromise by taking a spoon from the rack. Upon closer inspection, I realize it's a spork. The picture looks amazing. I look up at the people serving us food. They were all Horatio too, wearing some sort of a jumpsuit and looking pretty upset to be here. One hands me a bowl of something I don't quite recognize, serving me a mean look at the same time. I'm surprised by the direct eye contact, and before I know it, I'm saying, "Hello, thank you." The Horatio lunch person is as surprised as I am, and prawns, people saying back, "Hello, enjoy your food." I've never before seen anyone be so bruising in saying thank you. But then again, I've not seen many people. Take it easy, friend. I shuffled along and look at the contents of my bowl. It's low, definitely slow. I don't know what it's made of or what animal it came out of. Oh well, at least it seems hot. I grabbed some water and a piece of bread. No dessert option. Princely. I look around for a place to sit next to someone, hoping for a bit of any kind of interaction. I sit down next to a bored-looking classmate, but after a few overtures and encouraging smiles, I give up. Arim's a bit on edge, and at other tables, it looks like people are focused on the contents of their tray. The slow probes to taste just as awful as it looks. Once I'm done pushing about the last bit of food left, I stand up and go put my tray back where I've seen others do so. A fair bunch of people have left already, and looking at their trace. It seems like I'm not the only one from whom enjoyment of our dinner was minimal. Up to the side, there's a guard taking people up a long list and sending them down a hallway. It's that Master Sergeant dude again, I think. Some of us, it seems, have different face marking and uniforms, although I am not sure what their meanings are. We lock eyes and he barks up. What's your name? First level initiate. I unsheath clearly. I'm Uncle John F21. First level initiate. Regrets. Uncle John F21. He searches for a few moments, then finds it. Yes, Uncle John F21. Your living quarters are section B8, level 9, hallway 47, door 32. It down this way. Just follow a sign. You can miss it. And if you do, I figure out eventually. I look the way he pointing at. Nondescript hallway up to the side, leading away from the concourse. I look back at the guard, but he's turned his attention to someone else. Hesitantly, I set out to find door 32. My footsteps echo softly down long, empty hallways. It takes me some time to realize I don't see anyone else, although I sometimes hear voices echoing from afar. I eventually find my way to level 9, hallway 47. It's an uneven, quieter area of the station, which is saying something. There are small doors, they are teeny affairs compared to the ones on the main concourse. Even the ceiling is much lower, about 2 meters high. The lighting is a mix of neon glare and the ever-oppressive flicker of a tube that just refuses to give up the ghost. I look around me to get my bearings. It seems I'm nearly at the end of the hallway, where a bench leads to some sort of control system for life support. I guess I'm getting the finest air and the area ahead. With one last look towards the map, I start down the hall. Door 1, 2. 31, 32. This should be it. I look around. Might be the finest air in the area. Oh boy, this end of the hallway looks like it has smoke. There are strange sounds coming from the next door over. It must be the life support control room. Ominous. Is this the right place? Section B8, level 9, hallway 47, door 30. Yep, no doubt. This is me. I pull the heavy metallic door open with a groan and step inside. From my vantage point. 여러분 지금 엉클족과 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. I survey my new kingdom. From left to right, there are teeny sink for my evolutions. A mirror that doubles as a photo screen. A toilet with no lid. A closet. A narrow bunk with a blanket and a pillow. Some almost empty shelves, and we are back to the door. All in a cylinder about 2 by 4 meter, cozy. Well, this may not be the warm embrace of a cloning birth, but it will do. At least I have the place to myself. I pull the door closed behind me. There is a distracting buzzing coming from an overhead fan. The finest air, huh? I sit down on the bed and look about. It's a bit too hot in here now that the door is closed. There are actual physical controls in a panel by the entrance, so I turn the temperature down a notch. The buzzing increases to a screech. Is something scraping on metal. There is no way I can sleep. With this, I turn the knob back up to its original level, and the metal screen subsides. Screw it. That'll do it for tonight. I prop myself down on the bed, turn off the light, and pull the blanket over my head. There is a sinister lumber in my belly. That doesn't bode well. I wake up with a start. I had a strange sensation of dreams. A dream in which everyone was wearing the same face and smiles and snarled at one another in the same breath. They were all playing a part in some big play and seemed to be the only one not to know my lines. If my mask fell off, I died. I sigh heavily and push myself off the mattress. I stagger off the bed and put my hands on each side of the sink. I look into the mirror hollow screen. The dream was real. I feel a strong urge to hook it. I clench my hands on the sink until my knuckles are as white as the porcelain and breathe as deeply as I can. The feeling passes. I open my eyes again. I notice there is a blinking icon flashing on the hollow screen. It expands when I press it until it covers half of the screen. Breakfast, mesa, class academy, auditorium suite, lunch, mesa, extra, circular, specific dinner. Breakfast is grayed out, and the class is folded. Look like I'm late on my first day of class. I bolt out the door and run like my life depends on it. It does. Sorry, I'm late. Sir, Grandmaster, Mr. Eternal? It's Grandmaster or Master Atenas P02 to you. First level initiate. You may call me sir only after greeting me with either honorific title and never before. And you are late indeed. Have a seat in the future. Make sure you're alive on time. Initiate Uncle June F21. A scurry to my seat in the back. Against my better judgment, my ears and cheeks have turned a very nice shade of pink. I can hear my classmates snicker. I sink into the deep comfort of the chair and trying to ignore the burning sensation. My empty stomach as it grows to the chorus. This is just great. Atanas P02 gestures to the hollow screen behind him. Moving on. Over the next 3 weeks, you will undergo an accelerated program. You would better not miss a class. Subject covered will be among others. He starts listing off subjects in a rapid-fire monotone that is hard to follow. I make out a few words. History of Horatio in the last 100 years. Astrocartography, negotiation, etiquette. Negotiation, etiquette, starter imperialism, dance, balleting, personal grooming, speechcraft, xenobiology, dealing with wrestlers, oratiology, cooking, reception protocol, fencing, Horatio resources, perfumes, genomic inference, hand-to-hand combat, social hygiene, sublight navigation, logistics, glorynomics, cloning 101, personal destruction, surveillance, geopolitics, imperial maintenance, fleet maneuvers, spacecraft care 101, acrobatics, and guns. For a start, iPhone. This sure sounds like eclectic mix. I have a feeling that simply repeating this list will take up most of the 3 weeks at our disposal. We will begin with an all-time favorite, personal grooming. My classmates let our appreciative and approving nose at this subject choice. Next up is a very detailed anatomical representation of a Horatio. Artanus P02 begins. Melodious chimes sound off in the distance. Head perked up and look round. Time flies when we are having fun. I did not fun. I did my best to pay attention. I love it. Truly, there would be so much more to say. There is a lot more course material. We will get to some of it later, but for now, it's time for you to get lunchy. This afternoon, you will be assigned your first extra curricular activities. They will be assigned to you based on personal affinities. I will see you all. A pause of dramatic effort. Tomorrow, same place, same time. Do not be late. A passing glance in my directions is all the confirmation I need. I look away with a detached air and avoid make eye contact. You're back in a mess hall, and it seems Sloth is back as well. I sigh. I can tell I've had better, because obviously, but I'm pretty sure these aren't fine food that we're supposed to be enjoying. The faces around me are a mix of resignations and grumpiness. I confirming my hunch. Ain't no one liking the group here. I shuffle along the line with my tray. The same Horatio I saw yesterday has me a bowl of the same slope. I sigh again. The Horatio lunch person hears it, and his expression changes. Hey, you think this is enjoyable for me? It isn't. I look at him. You wouldn't happen to have something to make this taste little better? Anything? He considers this for a moment, then snatches a little spices shaker from the counter and hands it to me. You can always sprinkle this on top. I pour a little what turns out to be pungent lead powder on my food. I stop, look at my bowl, then add a little more, and a little more still. Soon my bowl is covered in a thin layer of lead. The lunch person looks bemused. That should be enough, buddy. Okay, thanks. I had back the spice shaker and go find a seat. I sit on my own. I sit with other people. Encouraged by what could very possibly be my first conversation, I look to find a seat with other people. I find a table with an empty spot. When I put my tray down, the conversation goes quiet, and faces are turned toward me. One of them pipes up. Well, if this isn't the late Uncle June, F21, I realize my mistake, pick up my tray and post it on my own. I will find no camaraderie from my classmates. Now that I have been made the class, I dip my fork in the bowl and give the new improved formula a taste. It's actually pretty good. The rich taste of, well, something or other, and it just unexpectedly warms up and explodes with flavor. I look up from my bowl full of gratitude for the Horatio lunch burst. I smile at him and give him a thumb up. He nose at me and cocks an eyebrow. I shovel big spoonfuls of the delicious love into my face, barely chewing on it, and then the spice hits me. My tongue suddenly becomes very, very hot. It takes me a moment to realize what's happening. By the time I do, my mouth is full, engulfed in what feels like fire. I'm doing my best to choke on my food quietly, fighting back tears. The Horatio behind the counter is laughing heartily. He did it on purpose. I give him mean looks. I ignore him. I try to do my best to ignore him. It's not too difficult as my eyes are blurry with tears. I put my tray in the return area and leave the mess home with all the dignity I can muster. I wander back to my room. I can feel a trail of fire down my throat and into my stomach. I wash my face at the sink and slowly regain some composure. The schedule on my holopen switched from lunch to extra curriculars. A little pop-up menu indicates that I'm having imperial maintenance in the kitchen. I'm not sure what this is about, but I know I don't want to be late to it or to anything ever again. I trot out of my room. I get to the mess hall minutes later. Running was not a good idea. My stomach is vehemently protesting as I look around for where I'm getting the rest of the class. The other students assigned here. I'm not sure how things work. The place is now entirely deserted, which feels strange. Nobody but me. I'm about to walk out and look for a holopad to check my schedule when I hear a call. Ha! They assigned you? What a coincidence. I turn around. It's the lunch person who tricked me. He is waving me over from behind the counter. Come over here. Imperial maintenance, huh? You must be imperially pissed. Come on. I get around the counter and into the kitchen. This place is a mess. I stand in front of him, my face a carefully composed mask. The fact that my flu is still churning in my stomach doesn't help me. I feel queasy. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. It was just a harmless blank. I couldn't know you are already on someone's sweet list. I look at him, frowning. Something's not right in my belly. It feels like it's trying to crawl back up. Oh, you probably didn't know. Well, imperial maintenance is basically the janitorial duties are all yours. Nobody wants to push a mop for a living, so it's dished out as a punishment. Look like you and me are on cleaning duty today. I'm about to speak up when a sudden urge to reach overpowers me. I vomit on, and this is where I'll start. I hate the feeling, but I have to say I immediately relieved. Let the fire glass will do that to you when you put too much. I did kind of set you up for it. Sorry. He hands me a dishcloth, which I wipe my mouth with. He hands me a dishcloth. I'm Darren F 19, by the way, second level initiative, rigorous F19. Uncle June first level initiate, rigorous Uncle June F21. His hands is still open, extend toward me. He is looking intently at me. I shake his hand. I put the dirt screws back in it. I place my hands in his and squeeze, feeling like it's a appropriate thing to do. After introduction, he looks taken aback. His hand is warm and limpy in my clammy fingers. The experience is deeply uncomfortable. Okay. Yes, I'm not sure what I was trying to do here. We let go. I grabbed a mop and a bucket and set about cleaning my mess. Then F-19 surreptitiously snatches the dishcloth from the counter top. I've let it on. He does his best to look like he's cleaning, but after a couple of glances at him, it is clear that he's just puttering about. From time to time, he looks back at how I am getting on. Once I'm more or less done, he turns to me. Yep, I think we're pretty much done here. What do you think? What do you mean? Well, I don't know about you, but I've got places to be. Better things to do than pushing a mob around. You could just call this a day and go about our lives. How does this sound? Won't we get caught? I'm not exactly popular right now. He laughs. Having had this laugh directed at me, just miserable. I'm not sure how to take. Right, you are on the shit list. Let me show you how things work around here. He walks up a wall-mounted holopad and starts typing around, clicking windows open until he finds what he's looking for. Ah, there's the Imperial Maintenance Kitchen. Our names. That's basically the law. Well, if you put your hands the biometric scanner here and then click on edit, you can just remove us from this. Extracurricular, my smooth ass. I have to admit that I'm impressed, and it really works. I gotta tell you something you may not have realized yet. These security features are here to protect the Empire from its indesirables. They are not exactly here to protect it from insiders who might have different inclinations. He turns to me. So, what do you say? Are we done here? I consider my options. Yes, we're done here. It's too risky. It's way too risky. I need to prove I can do this night. Listen, you can leave if you like. but I need to make sure this is done properly. Through absolutely no fault of my own, I am currently at odds with the headmaster. We gotta do what we gotta do right. Okay, I thought I didn't expect that answer to be fair. Fine, have it your way. He pressed a few buttons on the holopad and a moment later turned back to me. Anyway, have fun maintaining the empire. He leaves the kitchen, waving a hand casually over his shoulder. I stand alone. Right. I take a good look around me, except for the bit of floor that I mopped. The place is near identical to the state I found it in. The bucket is full of some very suspicious, vaguely foamy liquid, and half the floor is covered in it. I step on an area that is slightly wet, and it seems to stick to my soul. I gingerly step away, but the damage is done. And now I have a sticky foot. What is this thing? I spot a big jug on a counter. That's cut it cap open and come for closer look. The text on the side reads sweet and sour for sauce. I take a whiff of the contents, and no doubt this is what's inside the bucket. Oh, Darren F-19, what were you trying to do? I open storage compartments at random, looking for something to print this mess with. Eventually, my eyes and a jug of similar shapes, size, and color cursorily glance on the back. Oh, I reveal that this is indeed all-purpose detergent. With a heavy sigh, I grab the bucket full of goop and look for some place to empty it. I notice the recycling chute, and after a brief shudder, I open it with a press and upturn the bucket. The contents spills out, thickeningly slowly. I rinse the bucket with water, pour 3 times and the amount of detergent the instructions require. Grab the mop and get to work. An hour will excruciating work later. I look about. I'm exhausted, but the place is sparkling. I decide that I'm officially done. I put the cleaning products away and walk out of the kitchen. Maintaining an empire is exhausting. I step out into the hallway and walk around without a particular purpose. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with myself. After a few minutes of aimless wandering, my steps take me back to the concourse. It's almost empty compared to the first time I saw it. Still, the murmurs of a distant conversation echoing footsteps, the light filtering from outside. All of it contributes to giving the place an air of relevance. I try to go as I walk around. The pretty growing trees, the fountains, and the water pieces with running water. All of this contributes to paint a picture of an empire built on a boundless pride. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of one small mistake away from a tragic accident here if the glass ceiling were to shatter. Boundless arrogance or endless optimism? Probably a little bit of both. I hear footsteps rapidly approaching and stutters as if I was caught doing something illegal. Thankfully, nobody can hear what's going on in my head, can they? I look discreetly over my shoulder and recognize XSP-12, the master sergeant guy. He is in an agitated conversation with, I think it was Tergus F07, the lab tech. I hear some of their exchange as they get closer. What do you mean? You don't know where he is? I am his instructor, same as you. I am not here to track brothers at your convenience. If you of all his siblings hadn't kept on piling sanctions on him to build the character, he might have been more assiduous in his attendance. Exodus B12 comes to an abrupt stop couple of meters away from me and turns to face Targus F07, practically shouting in his face. This is important. Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Not only is this not my expertise, but I've got prior engagements. I don't get it. It's borrowing ships up and showing a task. P02, your word. He was lucky to be selected for great maneuvers in the first place. Who wouldn't jump at the chance? Looks like he wouldn't. Exodus B20 stamps up down the hallway. Targus F07 turns around and in a dignified, rigid posture, he muttered in the general direction of the master sergeant. I'm almost late for my picnic now. Now, where is greenhouse? This way. He walk he walks away at leisurely pace. Print menu verse. This sounds like an advanced class. It could be a way to blow things up. take the pressure off, or a way to try and fit in, show what I'm worth. On the other hand, a picnic. What do I want to do? Let's blow things up and having some fun. I need to show what I am made of. Great maneuvers it is. A picnic sounds fun. Greenhouse? I gotta see that. That sounds a little too good to be true, but experiences abroad this station can't possibly all be harrowing, can they? I jog after Targus F07. The turns his head toward me, but doesn't stop. If it isn't our newly decanted idiot brother, can I help you? I overheard you were having a picnic in the greenhouse. I was hoping I might join you. He stopped and considered this for a second. He peers at me intently. What did you say your name was? Uncle June, F21 first level, initiate Margaret. Uncle June, F21. F21, I'm third late, Chaplain, Margaret, Tragus, F07. But among us, the honorifics won't be necessary. Yes, you may tag along. Some games are better with 3 players. You are familiar with the Horatio, aren't you? What? No. I might need a rules refresher, especially if you are playing with the local variants, or if the rules have changed recently. As we are playing with a local variant, it looks like I just have to fake my way through this game, just like I do with everything else. Greenhouse picnic, I'm coming. Let's go then. We were already late. I resume his walk, and I follow. We walk for a good while, past my signs that lead greenhouse and the pointer in another direction. I glance at him sideways, but he doesn't seem to worry. Eventually, we get to a quiet area. A sign out of order is placed in front of a door that reads Greenhouse Access 9. Targus F07 steps around it and grabs the handle. With his the door opens. A wave of hot and humid air hits me, accompanied by strange and fragrant smells. I hear bird calls coming from inside. After you, I step into the greenhouse and into another world. Targus F07 steps in and closes the door behind him. On this side, It is very distinguishable from the thick foliage surrounding us. I look around me in astonishment. Plants, bushes, trees, and beans are everywhere, draping over one another toward a canopy I can barely make out. The place is deeply alien, and yet oddly familiar. It feels like may being mine. Your mouth is open. Be careful you don't accidentally swallow a mosquito. A mosquito? Don't worry, there are no mosquitoes here. They try as we might have, though. It was impossible to prevent most insects from cropping up here and there. The rubber, rubbers were in the saplings and in the. Anyway, we also have assortment of wildlife, ranging from small amphibians, the bird with more exotic species coming from all over the empire, those who survive away. This way to watch your step. He starts walking through the underbrush. I step after him kingly, careful not to trample anything or step in anything weird. Do you have any predator in here? Is that murky stuff animal dung? Do you have any predator? No, nothing that would hurt you too much. You are the biggest threat around here. We walk for what feels like a while through the forest. Every once in a while, I catch a glance of a familiar sight. A support pillar here, or a window pane there. Otherwise, I'm pretty lost. I think we have, all likelihood, covered a couple of hundred meters, but I'm pretty sure I could never find the exit we came in through even again. This last thought kind of freaks me out, and I hurry to catch up with Tragus F07 when he rounds a big tree and suddenly stops. We are there. 여러분 지금 엉클주가 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. Love Thyself played by Uncle Jun Game TV. 구독과 좋아요 부탁해요. Subscribe, like, please. Love Thyself. We arrived at a small clearing nested against a stone ridge that can be, and then I realized that off the ridge drop a waterfall. This place is breathtaking. I start smiling without being able to help myself. Wow! Yes, I'm quite fond of this place too. Come on, let's introduce you. I snap out my library introductions. Tiger F07 walks into the clay alley, stepping on the patch of grass. Another Horatio is lounging there, laying back next to the water. I recognize him immediately. Uncle June F12T1, allow me to introduce you. 2. Darren F19, I know. He sits up a bit and waves at me. Fancy of you to join us. Telegas F07 sit down cross-legged and I follow suit, although it takes me a couple of tries to get it right. Darren F19 opens his satchel and starts pulling out various food items from it. He starts passing fruit around. I eye the things suspiciously. It's a purple with a curly, hard stem and no visible imperfections. I take tentative bite. I wait for them to dig in. I'm just a bit cautious. I've been burned before, and by the exact same person. Darren F19 winks at me and takes a bite. Alright, juice is power out after my first crunch bite. It's so incredibly tasty that I feel tears well up in my eyes. Poor. A sweet note followed immediately by a sour taste that makes the back of my palate tingle. It's my favorite food in the world. 여러분 지금 엉클준과 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. Love Thyself played by Uncle June Game TV. 구독과 좋아요 부탁해요. Subscribe, like please. I try to speak with a full mouth. This is so good. Where do you get this kind of food? Oh, the tree is right here on the station. In another part of greenhouse. He smirks. They grow on the same group as you. This dampens my satisfaction a little bit, and I eat the rest of my fruit in silence. Turgus F07 and Darren F19 seems slightly amused by my reaction. To answer your question, though, I didn't pick them myself. I liberated these from the station's pantry. They are reserved for officers and the brothers of the station, comparable or superior to that of our dear Telegas F07 here. Liberated, huh? Let's say that they are unlikely to miss any of it. Right, Teragas F07? Yes, their stomach tends to be delicate since they were used to the imperial nourishment feed. You mean the slop we get in the mess? Indeed, most of them are so used to eating it that their organs aren't really up for anything different. But on a station where your food regimen is assigned to you, what you eat shows important you are. So they put on a brave show. In a way, we are sparing them this trial. Here's what I spared them from today. Catch. Darian F19 hand out variety of cookies and what I think is a soft cheese with a we top it up with a peachy drink and then sit in company of a first sign birds bursting in the trees around us. We are a million kilometers away from the rest of the station. Wanna play a game? We turn toward Theron F19. Come on, Horatio. Anyone? You know, I'm always up for a game. What about you, Uncle June F21? I have no idea what that game is about. I'm not sure. I'm up for another bout of faking my way through the day. It was so nice. What should I answer? Sure, let's play. How about sure, let's play. I will read rules. Refresher though. How about we go for a splash instead? The water looks nice. Sure, let's play. I need the rule. Refresher though. Great. Really hope they're saying enough for me to play it by ear. We gather around the Darren F19 who pulls out a deck of cards from a inside pocket. An interesting item to have on oneself at all times, for sure. He suffers the deck with a hefty hand and starts dealing the cards face down. The cards back pictures elaborate scroll work and the imperial logo. I wonder where these were liberated from. So you know how Horatio is about taking as many tricks as possible, counting a point for each figure. Well, the variant we are playing is based off of a game that is, believe it or not, even more ancient. In this variant, the player with the emperor of a phase becomes Horatio Prime. He wants to make sure he has the highest number of tricks possible. The other player have to try to make it so that everyone has an exact same number of tricks. It's very difficult, especially because primes is used to getting the best and leaving the crumbs to the rest of us. But we believe that on F19 you're digressing, right? It's very difficult for the other players, is what I mean. Okay, got it. I look at my card. All the figures represent Horatio in some costume or other. They very first card in my hand is Emperor of Space. Oh, brother, guess at least my goal is clear. Prime, speak up. Oh, that's me. Alright. Chargas F07 cast. Darren F19 a glance. Let's go. I'm not sure if I'm very bad or they're very good, but they make short work of me, ending with an impressive 17 tricks each. You guys are really good. Yep, we've been preparing for a long time. Targas F07 looks at his holopad. I've got something to do before lights out. Darren F19 knows along. Same, let's go, Uncle John. F21. Otherwise, you will be wandering this place for a while. We're back to the let place. Alas, what does that even mean anyway? Targas F07 consider my question for a moment, then leads us out of the clearing and back into the forest the way we came. You know what? I don't think I've actually ever seen a rat. Come to the hangar bay someday. I will show you. The kangaroos probably lets that hang around the condenser. You will love them. I don't think so, dear. We reached the door, which Telegas F07 opens, and closes behind us. I start. અં클주는 여기까지 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 여러분 지금 અં클주가 함께 Love Thyself를 플레이하고 있습니다. 즐기세요.